good morning, guys. Welcome once again to the show, the Poverty Fighters Show. My name is Bernard, your regular host, and we welcome you to today's show. As you can see, today we're in a very live environment. You see, we have rocks, we have trees, and we have a very natural environment for our guests today that we're meeting. And like I said, of course, we're fighting poverty, and there is no better way to do it than meeting the right people to share their experience about how they've been able to successfully get themselves out of poverty and helping their communities. So today we'll be visiting Mr. Abia, who is a farmer and a businessman in this environment. This is his farm, and you can see very natural farm, very cozy environment. You see there are trees, there are rocks, there are streams. You see all of this environment, all of the environment you get, see the trees, see the rocks, the waterways. You can imagine a very enjoyable environment that you can just sit, cool off and enjoy yourself. So there's a lot packed for today's show. So I believe that you're going to join me on this ride as we explore how the businessman and the farmer has been able to get himself out of poverty, even using agriculture. Thank you and very much. Okay, so we're back on the show, and like I said, we're at the farm, a very natural environment as you saw prior to now. There's nothing better than having this kind of experience, being under nature and enjoying the best of nature. So we're meeting a very keen farmer, a very strong businessman, an enlightened man that has been through a lot through the years, and I've had a lot of experience. So today we'll be meeting our guest very soon, and he will be sharing with us his story over time, as what his experience has been that has also led him to agriculture as a way of life and as a business that he is currently doing today. So with no further ado, I would like us to meet our guest. His name is Mr. Ezikel Abia. He's a farmer and a businessman. I can say a very successful one of that. So Mr. Abia, it's good to meet you. Please say hello to our friends on the Poverty Fighters Show.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bernard, for welcoming me into the Poverty Alleviation Show.
Yeah, Poverty Fighters Show.
Okay, Poverty
Fighters.
Fighters Show.
Yeah, we are fighters. We are strong men.
That's nice. I love that. You see, it's all about passion. You understand? That makes me to discover this place. I was kind of having a vision and a dream to create a farm that is going to make, help fight poverty in terms of agriculture. So you can see the terrain and how the topography of the area is. I started up going to a rock somewhere there.
Okay.
On top of that rock, I was there when I saw a kind of vegetation, an area that looks like a reserve. So I had to come down from the rock, and then when I came down, truly it was a reserve where I knew that it was a green area. So I decided to start work immediately. Unfortunately for me, there was a farmer known as Chazo Farms, a very big farm by the side of this estate here, the new developing estate. Yeah, so the man really encouraged me. He came here and he saw the passion I have. I told him what I want to do, so he encouraged me. He gave me some money. I bought some tools like the machete, the digger, the every other thing. In fact, I started work immediately, digging the ponds myself.
Wow, yourself?
Yes, myself.
Without any outside help?
There was no other person that was assisting me. I was here alone. In fact, sometimes when I come around, the animals like the monkeys will start fighting. They will start pursuing me. I will also fight.
The monkeys too?
Yes, the monkeys, because they came all the way from the rock.
From the rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
That time there was nothing available like environmental development apart from Papa Ground, the Papa Ground. And that's far back 1992, because that was when Abacha now told the Catholic Diocese of Abuja that they should find a place where Pope can be hosted. So it was only papa ground I met here. There was no other.
Every other place was a green vegetation.
Just green vegetation. In fact, a forest. The kind of work I did here was an untapped place, a virgin place that nothing has happened here. Even the Gwaris who owned the land were scared when they saw one day when they came by the surrounding where they were farming as at then. They saw me inside. They started running. They said one madman is inside a forest.
The forest.
Cutting off grasses. You know, because they were wondering.
They were wondering what would somebody be doing inside a thick forest.
Yeah, who could that be that will go inside a thick forest and start cleaning, or even they themselves? They are not going beyond the vegetational area.
Yes.
So one day they came, they asked me, what are you doing there? You are a madman. You better leave this place. I said, no, I'm trying to create a farm. They say, what kind of farm? You are not planting crops. You are only busy cleaning and digging. You know, because the area is a waterlogged area. So
yes.
Whenever you dig, you meet water. Whenever you dig, you meet water. So the concept started coming up while I was one day here. A guy now came up, was passing through. He saw me. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to create a farm. He said, what kind of farm? I said, fish farming. He said, that's nice. He said, I have ideas in this business. I said, is that right? He said, yeah. I said, okay, come up. Let's see how it goes. He said, okay, give me 1 pound. Let me do it so that you will see how it's done.
Okay, prior to that, did you have any knowledge of agriculture or fish farming?
Yes. Apart from him coming to tell me that he was going to do the experimental aspect of it in terms of practicals.
Yes.
I also had a prior knowledge,
theoretical knowledge
of
fish farming.
Of fish farming.
Okay.
So it was when he did it, I was monitoring him and I understood the way it is being done, and then I went into practicals with him and I picked up.
Okay.
So when I picked up, he did the first one, it was successful. He made a lot of money. And now I said, wow, this is a good business, you know. So he said I should give him again. I gave him again. So I now started escalating. I extended.
On your own? You were the
yes,
only one digging all of
I
this
was
pond.
the only person digging, because by that time, there was no money for you to say, okay, pay labor, do this. So it was when I now developed the farm, people started hearing the news of the farm. And sometimes when I go to the city, I will tell them that, look, I have a place, you can rent a pond, put your fish, make money, and you know, you grow, you move.
Yes.
So that was how we started going on. The farm was developing. Apart from that, I also had a lot of challenges, like the Fulani herders. You know, here was a serious bush. When they come around, they will fight me because I tell them not to encroach
into your farm.
Into my farm. So it was a serious matter. You can see the injury on my head here.
Oh, that was a fight?
Yes, that was one of the fights. In fact, they caught me. They had to cut me until I decided to say, please, don't do this again. So at a point I used military tactics. I went and fell on the ground. So they said, I'm dead.
In this same forest?
Yes, in this same forest. They said I'm dead. So they said, Yamutu Kowai, Banza Kowai. They left. So I started gradually crawling to the main road where people saw me, and they picked me up and they took me to General Hospital, kubwa. So the doctors immediately started rushing. They treated me. Then some of my pals, my friends heard about the news. They came around. They visited me in the hospital. In fact, someone paid for my bills, medical bills, you know, because I was not having money. I was just doing it on my own with the hope that one day it will be better, and today is great, you know.
Such a wonderful story that we're hearing from our guest today. Like you can see, it's not been easy over time. It's not been easy over time. You can hear the experience of him having to fight for his life, even while trying to fight against poverty in his own life and in the life of other members of his community. to an extent that he was almost killed in this same forest where we find ourselves. That I'm sitting today, and it feels very cozy and very interesting. You can see that he has done so much work, and with that you see that you've been very resilient, even with a threat to your life.
Yeah.
You were still able to come back to this same spot to continue what you started in agriculture. I would like to say, what was the drive, what was the push for you to have come back to a place where your own life was also threatened as an individual, just because you wanted to participate in agriculture? What was that push for you? What was that zeal and resilience that pushed you to also come back to this same spot and to have done what you have done
Thank
today?
you so much. You see, I have one philosophy. I believe that a man's dream can only be cut off if the man himself wants the dreams to be cut off, or if the man himself wants the dream to die. So I couldn't have given up, despite the attack, despite the stress, despite the whole thing being. I was somehow discouraged, but I felt, no, if I give up, I would have been mocked. And a lot of people saw me, and in fact, they were already saying, I'm mad in the city. So how will I now give up? So if I give up, I've cut off my dreams short, and
Yes.
I will be the loser. So the best thing was for me to go ahead. At the point, you can see there is a container there,
Yes.
a bigger container. I had to struggle. My own elder brother, who was working with Julius Berger, brought that container into the farm. So sometimes when I am under attack, I will run inside there and lock up myself. At the point, I was even living here in the farm because there was nothing. You know, I stayed in that container. I said, okay, even if it is going to be, is going to warrant death, there's no big deal. After all, you have to take risks for you to get there. So it was a big risk I took. But today, I thank God, I overcome everything. So it is well.
We're grateful for you, and I'm sure a lot of people that are watching us in this program would be motivated by your zeal and your resilience to do what you have done.
Definitely.
Today. Another major thing that comes to the minds of the Nigerian youth and other individuals trying to fight poverty is that everybody keeps saying that there is no funding, there is no access to funds, there is no access to money to start, and that is why they have not started anything in their lives. From your story now, you made it clear that you were digging as a single individual, excavating ponds by yourself.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know where you've been able to grow through now. How would you say you've been able to gather the funding that you've been able to do what you have done currently? Because no matter what, at the end of the day, there will still be some level of funds that have come into making this place what you have made it as it is today, where other people can create habitats around. Like today we can see around the environment, it's habitable for people to come in here now and stay, compared to the time when it was a thick bush and a thick forest with monkeys. Today I can't see any monkeys anywhere. You fought a good fight. Based on what I think, you fought a good, because the monkeys have been defeated and they've moved ahead to somewhere else. So how would you say that you've been able to manage the funding of getting this place to where it has been? This just to be an encouragement for our viewers that would continue to say there is no money, and they've not done anything for themselves till date.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Bernard. You see, the issue is that you don't need to wait for money to come before you start with your dreams. You understand? If you have a dream, you have to pursue your dream and make sure you go into it and start with the dreams. It is when you have nurtured the dreams, or you have started and nurtured the dreams, you will discover that a way will be open. A lot of people will be coming around you by then. In fact, when I started, people were running away. But when the place started happening, people were bringing money. People started coming. They said, I want to partner with you. I want to make a pond. I want you to make a pond for us, train the fish for us. So money started coming in. You understand? And at the point too, people were, because there was no way I could have done everything on my own.
Yes.
I have more than 30 ponds here, presently.
Okay.
Apart from the one across the other way. You understand?
Yes.
So the farm is a very large farm, very big farm. So they started coming, and at a point I had to give out some ponds too on rentage. You understand? So people started renting, and they were also growing fishes, and they were making money. So the farm started developing, and the farm started gradually. We were all co-opting each other. We were all coming together. We were making things happening. Money started coming. So that is how it is. So I'm encouraging the youths, you know, that look, you don't have to wait for your parents. You don't have to wait for your brother. You don't have to wait for your daddy or your mommy. You say, please do this, do that. The ones they have done for you, you should start from there. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should build up your talent, build up your work, and then you will see people will come in. You see sponsors coming around. In fact, let me tell you, somebody came and said he wants to take over the whole farm for like 2-3 years. Let me go out and do something else. I said, no, if you do like that, you would have disposed a lot of people who also want to make money for themselves. Only you alone. That I don't like that kind of mentality. Let others also be involved in what I am doing. You understand?
Yes.
Let them also benefit from this particular agricultural dividends. You understand? Of my setup.
Of your
So
setup.
yeah. So that was how the man said, okay, I should just give him some pounds. I gave him some pounds. He did like 10 pounds, and he made money. You know. So he's still in the farm. That is just it.
Okay, so what this basically is suggesting is that for you to be able to chase your dreams, you do not have to wait for all the variables, everything to be 100% before you can start your dreams.
Of course.
You can start and create value, and people would find value, and that value would create the finances that you're looking out to get. I believe, and that's the message you're trying to pass, because at a time when this place was a bush, nobody saw value here.
Yes.
Nobody saw any form of value in this environment.
Yeah.
You came, and all you were doing at the time was clearing the bushes.
Yeah.
And people even called you mad. And they called you mad. And today, from a madman clearing bushes, you've been able to find value. The people now come here and see value. It was at the place of work, at the place of clearing these bushes, that somebody came and said, oh, I know this business, I can do, let's give me a pond. And let's start doing the business together. And today, from one pond, you have over 30 ponds.
Yeah.
And the question for me is that if you were not here clearing these bushes at the time and trying to put this place in shape, and not have fought monkeys and also fought for your life, would you have ever met, would your dream have ever been actualized to an extent of having 30 ponds if you were not met at the place of work already?
You know, one thing also is that you have to resilient on whatever you're doing, like you said. Persistency is one of the things that can make someone to achieve his or her dreams. You know, I couldn't have been able to meet up if I was not persistent on what I was doing as at that time. Let me tell you something again. By that time, there was nothing like water. I was drinking from this water here.
The water in the river?
Yeah, the river,
streams.
the stream. Yeah, the local stream here. You understand? So I was not bothered, and it didn't kill me. There was no time I was sick. There was no time anything happened to me. I was still healthy doing my work, because most times when I'm hot, I walk. The water I would have brought from home is finished. I will just take from that from the stream there and drink. You know, so I believe that I had to do that in order for me to go forward and achieve what I actually needed and what was in my mind. You see, today now, people are dragging me in the farm. Please collect this pond from this person, give it to me. That person cannot feed fish, this, that. I said, no, I don't run my things that way. I believe in volition, you understand?
Yes.
So, yeah, so whatever happens to that person, let it be. You understand? Concentrate on your own. If you need funds, whenever the person can no longer go ahead, you can come in, but not to drive somebody out and then you should come in. It doesn't work out like that, because everybody needs to survive. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Abia, today we're grateful that we're able to share in your experience.
Thank you.
A key thing about the poverty fighters is to
you.
encourage more people to get engaged in agriculture. For us, we believe that if people make 1 naira from what 1 million people eat every day,
Yes.
they make 1 million naira every day.
Yes.
Some people have not come to the realization of that. In Nigeria alone, we have over 200 million people.
Yeah.
That it is a guarantee that they must eat food every single day, even if they fast. They must eat.
You're correct.
Even Jesus Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and on the 41st night, he ate food.
Yeah.
Which means that food is critical to human existence.
Definitely.
Agriculture is critical to our existence because it forms the 3 basic needs of our life, which is food, shelter, and clothing. Without agriculture, we cannot have these basic things. Now, I would like you to speak on agriculture as a thing, on why more people need to engage in agriculture, either actively or invest their money in agriculture. Tell them what you think from your experience over time. If you think an investment in agriculture will be a bad idea, or it will be the best decision that they've ever made in their entire lives.
It's all right. Thank you so much. You see, life itself started from agriculture. Even in Egypt, a lot of people are into agric. They were into agric, and even up to now, they are into agric. That's why you see them plowing the ground with their horses and camels, working to make sure there is survival. If you take your mind back to the ancient days, according to the historical setting in the Bible, you hear that during the time of hunger, famine, that in Egypt, you understand, people had to run to that land because they had enough food to eat. And so, like in America, which is one of the highest developed countries in the world, you understand, Texas is a highest point of agriculture. You understand?
Yes.
If you get there, you will see that the highest people, the people that are millionaires or billionaires who make the highest money are farmers.
Yes, they're
farmers. So agriculture is money. It's just that we have lackadaisical attitude towards agriculture in our own country, Nigeria, because we believe that crude oil has been discovered, so we dump agriculture. But let me tell you that before the crude oil, we had things, crops like farm produce like cocoa, we had palm oil, we had
the granite
pyramid. We were exporting a lot of them. We were making money out of it, and we were also surviving by consuming those farm produce. So now we have been so uninterested in agriculture because we feel we have oil, but oil is failing. So we have to go back to the basis, which is the soil. We have to go back to the basis, which is the agriculture. And that is the only means that can survive you even when you don't have money. Yes, because you need food. A man can stay without other amenities, but cannot stay without food. No matter how it is, you must be able to eat to survive. And let me tell you, a lot of people today are dying in the hospital not because of the medication, not because of the sickness, but because there is no good food for them.
They don't eat good quality
for
food.
The immune system to be balanced. So I'm trying to encourage people. Even some people have a big land in their homes. You can't even plant a mango tree. Look at this farm now. You see mango trees all over, cashew everywhere. You can't even plant a vegetation in your backyard where you can get vegetables like pumpkin leaves, and then you plant pawpaw. All these fruits you are seeing are very vital to the body system. So I'm encouraging Nigerians to wake up. Agriculture is the highest money making machine, let me put it that way, or venture today, as long as we are living and as long as the world is concerned. So people should not neglect agriculture. They should fight it, work hard towards it, and then eliminate hunger through it.
Okay. So, Mr. Abia, I would like to say a very big thank you for sharing your experience with us on the show today. We will say God bless you for your resilience and your work on this farm has been able to get more people out of poverty. Like you said, you have over 30 ponds in this farm, which you started digging by yourself with a digger without any help. And today, more than 30 families are enjoying their lives because of your resilience. Okay, so they're enjoying their lives and they are making money from this same environment where you almost lost your life, from this same environment where you had to fight monkeys, from this same environment where people said you were a madman, and today even you is changing lives using agriculture. So we would like to, from the Poverty Fighter Squad, appreciate you, and all our viewers would like to appreciate you for taking the pain to have done what you did over the years that you have done them. So guys, let's say thank you to Mr. Ezikel Abia. He's been able to go fight through thick and thin and done what he has done today. Let's look forward to next week. He would also be here and we would take time to also go through, I'm sure we also want to see his accomplishments from the mountain that he came from and saw this vegetation, and also what he's been able to do on the farm. I'm sure a lot of us would like to see what the farm is looking like and what he was able to do, and also the various ponds that people are currently also off-taking from him, and also him doing the fish farming himself. As much as we will also be talking about the profitability of fish farming in Nigeria currently, just for us to have an experience as to what we can do in fish farming and how we can make money from the farming of catfish. So thank you very much for your time throughout the show, and I believe Mr. Abia, you would like to say goodbye to for now to some of the viewers.
Thank you, viewers, for listening and for watching. We are very grateful to you. We also encourage you to be steadfast in farming and make good money and survive and live well. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Okay, so at this point, we would like to sign out now, and we will see you next week. Make it a date. Till next week, you get to see the exploits of Mr. Abia Ezikel. So thank you and goodbye. Keep fighting poverty. Keep fighting poverty in your community and keep winning. That's all we have to do in this year, 2022. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.